Come on, little buddy, wake up.
Systems restored. Hello, my friends.
You didn't just fix a robot, you restored our hope.
In a crowded space station far from Earth, one ordinary human changed the fate of the entire galaxy with a single screwdriver. He only wanted to stop a little girl from crying. He had no idea the toy in his hands belonged to the universe's hidden ruler, the secret empress, who controlled every major empire from the shadows. But the truth behind this will shock you. 3 huge secrets wait ahead. First, why the most powerful being in existence walked among common people that day. Second, how one kind act almost started a war across 100 star systems. Third, the impossible choice that could save humanity or erase it forever. Let me show you exactly how this happened. The space station Orion's Gate never slept. Ships came and went every hour. Lights flashed. Aliens of every shape walked the wide metal halls. In the middle of all that noise sat a quiet repair shop with a simple sign that said Jack's Fixes. Jack Miller was the only human on the whole station who ran a shop like that. He was 32 years old. Dark wavy hair, light stubble on his face, strong hands that knew every tool. He wore a gray work jumpsuit that had seen better days. Most people walked past his small shop. They thought humans were soft. They thought humans only made trouble. Jack never argued. He just fixed what was broken. That morning, the station felt heavier than usual. A large transport ship had docked. Fancy guards in silver armor stood near the docking bay. Jack paid them no mind. He was busy with a broken food printer when he heard soft crying. He looked up. A small girl stood in front of his counter. She was not human. Her skin was soft green. Her ears were long and pointed. Dark braids hung over her shoulders with tiny beads. Large bright eyes full of tears looked up at him. In her small hands, she held a white robot toy. One of its arms hung loose. Blue light no longer glowed in its chest. The little girl sniffed and held the toy higher. Please make it walk again. Jack's heart softened at once. He had no children of his own, but he always stopped for kids. He wiped his hands on a cloth and knelt so he was eye level with her. Hey there, little one. What's your name? Lyra, she whispered. Okay, Lyra. Let's see what we can do. He took the toy gently. It was well made. Not cheap plastic. The metal felt warm, almost alive. Tiny marks on the back looked like old royal symbols, but Jack did not recognize them. He only saw a broken toy and a sad child. He placed the robot on his clean work table. Tools lay ready. A magnifying glass. Thin wires. A small blue plasma screwdriver. Holographic screens floated nearby showing old repair plans. Jack worked with calm focus. He opened the chest plate. The power crystal had cracked. One tiny circuit had burned. This will only take a minute, he told Lyra with a smile. While he worked, a tall woman stepped into the shop. She wore a long silver cloak that covered most of her body. A deep hood hid her face. Only pale hands with silver rings showed. She stood very still and watched. Jack glanced up once. He saw ice-blue eyes for half a second before the hood lowered again. He nodded politely and returned to the toy. Lyra stood on her toes, watching every move. Other customers waited outside, but Jack did not rush. He replaced the crystal with a small spare he kept for rare jobs. He rewired the arm joint with steady fingers. He spoke softly the whole time so Lyra would not feel scared. You know, back on Earth we fix things for people we love. That's how we show we care. The little green girl wiped her tears and nodded. 15 minutes later, the robot's blue eyes lit up. Its arm moved. A soft, happy sound came from its chest. Lyra clapped her hands and laughed. The sound was pure and bright. She hugged the toy tight, then ran around the table and hugged Jack's leg. Thank you, Mr. Human. Thank you. Jack laughed and patted her head gently. "Anytime, kiddo. Keep him safe now." The tall woman in the silver cloak stepped forward. Her voice was calm and smooth, like quiet music. "What do I owe you?" Jack waved a hand. "Nothing. It was just a toy. Kids shouldn't cry." The woman paused. For a long moment she said nothing. Then she placed a small silver coin on the counter. It glowed with soft blue light. "Take it. For the crystal you used." Jack tried to refuse again, but she had already turned. She took Lyra's hand and walked out of the shop. The little girl waved happily until they disappeared into the busy crowd. Jack looked at the glowing coin. It felt heavy and warm. He shrugged and dropped it into his tip jar. Business as usual. Or so he thought. That night the station lights dimmed to night cycle. Jack closed his shop and walked toward his small living pod. He felt good. Fixing the toy had been the best part of his week. He did not notice the two silver-armored guards who watched him from the shadows. He did not see the hooded woman standing on an upper walkway, staring down at him with those same ice-blue eyes. Far above the station, in a private ship larger than most cities, quiet voices spoke. "My lady, the human saw your face for only a second." "It is enough," a soft, powerful voice answered. He fixed her toy with care. "No fear. No greed. Just kindness. Shall we erase the memory of this visit?" "No. Watch him. I want to know more about this human." Back in his small room, Jack heated a simple meal and sat by the tiny window. Stars moved slowly outside. He thought about the little green girl and her bright laugh. He smiled. Tomorrow would be another normal day of broken machines and busy aliens. He had no idea that the most powerful being in the known universe had just walked into his shop. He had no idea her name was Empress Valora, the hidden ruler who controlled trade routes, war fleets, and the fate of 1,000 worlds. He had no idea the toy he repaired was more than a toy. It held an old royal key crystal that only her bloodline could fully awaken. And he had no idea that by morning, every major power in the galaxy would begin hunting for the human who had touched that crystal. Jack finished his food, turned off the light, and went asleep with a peaceful heart. Outside his door, the station kept moving. Ships docked, guards changed shifts, and deep in the shadows, the first quiet orders of a new game began to spread. One kind act, one broken toy, one ordinary human. The universe had already started to turn. Morning light from the station's artificial sun filled the repair shop. Jack opened early as always. He made coffee that only humans seemed to like and checked his tools. The glowing silver coin still sat in the tip jar. He almost forgot about it until 3 tall aliens in dark blue uniforms walked inches. They were not customers. Their eyes scanned every corner. One of them held a small scanner. "Human Jack Miller," the leader said. "We need to ask about a repair you did yesterday." Jack wiped his hands. "Sure. What about it?" "A small white robot. Green-skinned child. Did you keep any parts?" Jack shook his head. "No. Fixed it and gave it back." "Why?" The scanner beeped over the tip jar. The glowing coin lit up bright. The aliens looked at one another. One of them carefully picked up the coin with a gloved hand. "This is not common metal," the leader said. "Where did you get it?" "The mother paid me. I told her it was free." The aliens left without another word, taking the coin. Jack felt a small chill. Something felt wrong, but he had work to do. A cargo bot needed new legs. A food unit kept burning soup. The day stayed busy. Around midday, the little green girl returned. Lyra ran into the shop holding her robot toy high. The toy now glowed brighter than before. Soft blue light danced across its body. Mr. Jack. Look, he talks more now. The robot raised its arm and said in a clear voice, "Thank you, Jack Miller of Earth." Jack laughed. "Well, look at that. You're welcome, little buddy." Behind Lyra stood the same tall woman, still in her silver cloak, hood lowered just enough to show pale, perfect skin and those ice-blue eyes. Today she looked less hidden. Long white hair braided with small blue gems fell over one shoulder. She was beautiful in a way that made the air feel still. "My daughter insisted we return," she said. Her voice stayed calm. "She wants to watch you work again." Jack smiled. "She's welcome anytime. Name's Jack. By the way." "I am called Vale," the woman answered. She did not give more. Lyra climbed onto a stool and watched Jack repair a broken hover cart. She asked 100 questions. Jack answered everyone with patience. Vale stood quietly near the wall. Her eyes never left Jack's hands. After an hour, Vale spoke again. "You are different from other humans I have heard of." Jack shrugged. "Most of us just try to do right by people. That's all." Vale tilted her head. "Even when no one is watching." "Especially then." Something soft moved behind her eyes. She almost smiled. Then her personal communicator chimed. She looked at it and her face changed. The calm mask returned. "We must go," she told Lyra. "Say goodbye." Lyra hugged Jack again. "Come visit us one day." Jack waved as they left. He did not see the 4 more guards who followed them at a distance. He did not hear the urgent message Vale received. "My Empress, the crystal key has awakened. 3 rival houses already know a human touched it. They are coming." That evening, Jack closed the shop early. He felt tired in a good way. He walked toward the food court for noodles. Halfway there, a hand grabbed his arm and pulled him into a side hall. A young alien man with nervous eyes whispered fast, "You fixed the toy. They are looking for you. Leave the station tonight if you can." "Who is looking?" Jack asked. The alien was already gone. Jack stood alone under a flickering light. His peaceful day suddenly felt heavy. He returned to his shop, locked the door, and sat in the dark. Through the window, he watched ships leave the docks. One large silver ship rose without lights and vanished into the black. He did not sleep well that night. 2 days later, the station felt different. More guards, more scanners. People spoke in low voices. Jack kept working. He had bills to pay and machines that still broke. In the afternoon, the power in his shop flickered. The door slid open without his command. Vale stood there alone. No cloak this time. She wore a fitted silver and blue suit that looked both royal and ready for travel. Her white hair was pulled back. A thin silver band rested on her head like a quiet crown. She was even more striking in full light. "Jack Miller," she said. "I need your help." Jack put down his tool. "Is Lyra okay?" "She is safe, but the toy you repaired holds an old key. It woke when your hands touched it. My enemies felt that wake. They believe you know how to control it. They will come for you." Jack stared. "I just fixed a broken arm and a crystal. I'm no one special." Vale stepped closer. "That is why they fear you. Kindness without price is rare. Power without greed is rarer. I am taking Lyra away from here. You should come with us. I can protect you." Jack laughed once, short and tired. "Protect me? Lady, I fix printers and bots. I don't belong on fancy ships." Vale's voice stayed soft but firm. "You already belong in this story. The moment you chose a child's smile over payment, the universe noticed. Please, pack a bag. We leave in 1 hour." Jack looked around his small shop. Tools, old coffee cups. the life he built with his own hands. Then he thought of Lyra's laugh, and the way Vale had watched him with something almost like hope. "All right," he said, "but only until this blows over." An hour later, Jack stood on a private docking bay. A sleek silver ship waited. Lyra ran to him and grabbed his hand. "You're coming." The robot is happy too. The robot toy on her shoulder waved. They boarded. The ship rose smooth and silent. Through the window, Jack watched Orion's gate grow small. Then the stars stretched and they jumped. Inside the ship, Vale finally spoke the truth he was not ready to hear. "My full name is Empress Valora of the Eternal Vale. I am the hidden ruler. Most of the galaxy believes I am only a myth. I keep it that way so I can guide without becoming a target. The key crystal in Lyra's toy is one of 3 that can open the old throne vaults. When you repaired it with honest care, it accepted you as a temporary guardian. My rivals want that power. Some want me dead. Some want the key. All of them now know your face." Jack sat down hard. "You're telling me I fixed a royal magic toy for the secret queen of everything?" Vale almost smiled. "Not magic. Old technology. But yes." Lyra climbed into Jack's lap with her robot. "Mama is the strongest, but she is lonely sometimes. I told her you have kind hands." Vale looked away for a second. When she looked back, her eyes were clear. "We will go to a safe world. There you will stay until the threat passes. After that, we will see." Jack nodded slowly. He had left his whole life behind in 1 hour. Yet when Lyra leaned against his chest and the robot hummed a soft song, the fear felt smaller. Far behind them, 3 different fleets changed course toward the last known signal of the key crystal. The safe world was a quiet moon with blue forests and soft wind. Vale's hidden base sat inside a mountain. Jack was given a clean room and free run of the gardens. Lyra followed him everywhere. The robot toy now walked on its own and helped Jack fix small things around the base. Days passed. Jack taught Lyra how to use simple earth tools. She taught him the names of glowing flowers. Vale watched from a distance at first. Then she began to walk with them. One evening they sat by a clear lake. Lyra slept against Jack's side. The robot kept watch. Vale spoke quietly. "I have ruled for 200 years. I have stopped wars. I have hidden my face so no one can use my heart against me. Then a human fixes a toy and asks for nothing. I do not know what to do with that." Jack looked at the stars. "Maybe you don't have to do anything. Maybe just let people be kind back." Vale turned to him. For the first time, her perfect calm cracked. "If my enemies reach you, they will hurt you to hurt me. I cannot allow that." Before Jack could answer, alarms rang across the base. Ships dropped out of jump space above the moon. Dark hulls, red lights, rival houses had found them. Vale stood at once. Her voice became pure command. "Get Lyra to the lower vault. Jack, stay with her." Jack picked up the sleeping girl and ran. The robot followed, blue light bright. Explosions shook the mountain. Soldiers in dark armor poured into the halls. In the vault, Jack sealed the door. Lyra woke and held her toy tight. Outside, they heard fighting. Vale's voice came over the speakers. "Calm even in war. Hold the line. The human and the child must not be taken." Jack looked at the robot. The key crystal in its chest glowed hotter than ever. An idea formed. He had fixed it once. Maybe he could use it. He opened the toy's chest again with the small tools he always carried. "Come on, little guy. Help me one more time." The robot's eyes met his. Guardian accepted. Blue light flooded the vault. Old systems woke. Doors locked. Defense drones that had slept for centuries rose. Outside, The attackers suddenly faced walls of light and ancient weapons they did not understand. Vale's forces pushed back. The battle turned. When the last enemy ship fled, Vale found Jack sitting on the vault floor with Lyra asleep again, and the robot quiet in his hands. She knelt in front of him. Her silver armor was marked with soot. Her white hair had come partly loose. She looked more real than ever. "You woke the old defenses," she said. "Only blood of my line or a true guardian can do that." Jack gave a tired smile. "I just wanted to keep the kids safe." Vale reached out and touched his hand. "That is why the key chose you." In the days that followed, the galaxy learned a new story. The hidden ruler had stepped out of myth for a short time. She had protected a human, and that human had protected her child. Vale called the major houses to a quiet meeting on neutral ground. She stood before them without hood or mask. "This man is under my protection," she said. "Any house that touches him answers to me. The old key is sealed again. The vaults stay closed. We will have peace, or we will have my full attention." No one argued. Jack could have asked for riches. He could have asked for a ship or a title. Instead, he asked for one thing. "Let me go back to fixing things. And let Lyra visit when she wants. Kids need normal days too." Vale looked at him for a long time. Then she nodded. "The shop on Orion's gate will be rebuilt better. And my daughter will have a friend who never asks for power." She paused. "I will also visit, if that is acceptable." Jack smiled. Doors always open. Months later, the repair shop was busier than ever. People came from many worlds. Some just wanted to see the human who once fixed a queen's toy. Jack still charged fair prices and still fixed children's toys for free. One quiet afternoon, the door opened. Lyra ran in first, taller now, robot on her shoulder. Behind her walked Valora, no longer fully hidden, but still carrying quiet power. She wore simple silver clothes and a small smile that few in the galaxy ever saw. "The food printer in my private ship is broken," she said. "I hear you are the best." Jack laughed and picked up his tools. "Pull up a stool. This might take a while." Lyra sat beside him. Vale watched with the same soft eyes she had the first day. Outside the station, stars turned, empires stayed at peace. And somewhere in the quiet between stars, the universe felt a little kinder. Because one human had chosen to fix a toy. And the hidden ruler had chosen to remember what kindness felt like. The greatest secret was never the key crystal. It was never the fleets or the throne. The real power that day was a simple choice made by a man who thought he was nobody. Jack Miller never sought the empire. He only sought to stop a child from crying. That pure act forced the most powerful being alive to step out of shadow and feel something she had locked away for centuries. In the end, the hidden ruler did not conquer the human. The human's heart quietly conquered her walls. The galaxy still turns. Empires still watch. But on one busy station, repair shop light stays on. And sometimes, a silver ship docks without announcement. If this opened your eyes to how one small kindness can move stars. One ordinary human. One broken toy. One secret empress. Kindness became the strongest force in the universe. That is the heart of this story. If you felt the power of this HFY tale, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next epic story of human spirit among the stars. Want more stories like this every week? Join our free newsletter for early scripts and exclusive HFY short tales. Link is in the description. Now tell me in the comments, if you fixed a toy and later learned it belonged to the ruler of the universe, what would you do first? I read every comment. See you in the next story. Legends. Humanity wins again.